Welcome to Grid Studio. In this video, we're going to talk about the Viewport window. The Viewport window is a 3D representation of your project. This is where you actually see any 3D meshes that you have in your project or any object that you have added that have a 3D coordinates, and you can actually see how it relates to the mesh that you have in a 3D space that you have. You can then also see how tracking data actually affects that object moving around within the space. And you can then also use this as a way to create your spatial logic and how things would do and behave in 3D space. There are several ways that you can move around the 3D viewport. First one is the default one, which is this one as we're showing here. To rotate around the camera, you can click on an empty area, and just moving around this mouse will start rotating around that point. To pan, there are two ways. You can use the mouse wheel, the middle mouse button, click on that, and you can then pan around. And in the situation, if your mouse or the input device that you have does not have the middle click, what you can do is also use shift and left click, and you can then also do the same thing as panning around. Then the next thing is that you can then also, of course, doing zooming. There are also several ways that you could do that. One of the way is you can then use the scroll wheel to scroll up and down, and that will then also do scrolling. The other option is you can also right click on an empty space and then also move your mouse up and down, and that will also do the same thing as scrolling. So that will also do zooming in and out. And also what you can do is hold down the control key, and left click will also do zooming in and out as well. Another way of moving around the viewport is by using another mode. This can be activated by coming to the top right corner of the viewport by choosing this one. This is now sort of a first-person shooter type navigation or flying around type navigation. And this will utilize the keyboard shortcuts, sort of the traditional WASD shortcuts. So what you can do is then you can use the W to go forward, S to go backwards, A and D for left and right, and Q and E for going up and down. While you're in this mode, what you can do is also, while you're moving, you can then click on an area, and that can also sort of rotate the camera and guide where you're actually sort of moving towards, for example. And I can come back, and that's fine where our cube is. There we are. There we go. So that's another way of navigating by using the 3D viewport sort of WASD keys. And some users might find this to be more intuitive. The next thing that I would like to talk about is the remaining two other tools, as you can see at the top right corner of the viewport. Both of these tools are used to help manipulate objects within the 3D space. Instead of directly entering the value of the position and rotation values of an object, what you can do is select it, and you can then also now switch into those modes. And as some of these indicators and handles suggest, this mode is for you to actually move it around in the 3D space. As you can see, while your mouse is hovering the three different axes, if you then click on it, you can then move it along a specific axis, for example, or you can then just click on the object and have it freely move around in all three axes. While you're in this mode, you can actually still navigate around the viewports to get a better view of the object and placing it in the correct location that you like. And what you can do is holding down the Alt and clicking around an empty area, then that will allow you to rotate the camera. Similarly, middle mouse button also allow you to then pan around, and the scroll wheel will also allow you to do zooming in and out as well. The other icon, as some of you might already guess, this is for adjusting the rotation value of the objects. So again, if you have your mouse hovering on one of those axes, it will then allow you to rotate the object around that specific axis. So you can move it around and rotate it in the way you like. And once again, by holding the Alt key and left clicking, you can then also rotate the camera to get to a better view. Middle mouse button can then pan around, and the scroll wheel will then allow also for zooming in and out as well. So that is how you can move around and also place the objects and adjust it and place it in the orientation that you like.